Hey there everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity stamps video. Today we're going to be making something special. It's a pull and pop box, but let's talk about what we're using first. We have our Gnomies Under the Sea. So cute, has matching dies for the words, for everything. I just think it's darling. We also are going to be using several of the Simply Sentimentals. We have our brand new Celebrate. Then there's Happy and Birthday because they all just go together so well. You know, I think these are a staple. And then we have the matching dies to go along with them. So I love that. We are also going to be pulling in a background stamp. This one is called the Wavy Lines Background. This one is, it's been around for a little bit and it's just a great background stamp. And then we have this brand new pull and pop box. And so I'm going to bring in the pieces and show you what I cut out so that you have an idea of what you need. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So I did cut out one of the main piece that this is going to make your box, your bottom piece of your box. And it does even do the score lines, which is great. You'll need one of these and you'll need one of these if you plan to do a little bit more decorating. I think they also just kind of reinforce the box, which is great. You're also going to need one of these. This is the outside piece of the box. And again, score lines. And then you need two of these. So we'll cut out two of those. And then you need one of these pieces. This is where the pull and pop actually goes. And you'll see that teal piece off to the side up there in the upper right hand corner. That one comes from the die as well. You'll want one of those. And then, so let's go ahead and get ready to do some stamping. I did choose, like I said, the wavy background, and it does have, the lines go one direction, so because of that, I'm going to, stamp out and kind of embellish the box a little bit differently than I think it's designed to do, but it works fine, so just so you know, it does. I've gone ahead and used some broken china on that wavy background, and those are the Distress Oxides. Those stamp really well. Much better than the Distress inks, which are not formulated to actually stamp. So there you go. And I wasn't concerned about it getting all the edges because we're going to take care of that. I just wanted it to be mostly the middle. And I know that's the bottom piece of the box, but I still wanted it to look like it was wavy. All right, so we're going to ink up that piece again using the broken china. And then I'm going to put each of those pieces down on top, and I'm going to bring in a piece of copy paper or an old receipt just so I don't get my fingers completely covered with that ink, and then you can just rub. This is my favorite way to use these stamps because they're so big. I just bring my piece right to the ink and the stamp, and I don't typically have any problem with that. All right, so there those are. We're going to clean that off, and then I'm going to bring in some peacock feathers because this is what I want for that teal piece that I've cut out. So once again, bring in that old receipt and we'll just make sure that that's stamped on there really nicely. And it is. So we're good there. All right, done with that stamping. Let's put the box together. So I'm just going to go ahead and push all the pieces where the score lines are, and then we'll start doing assembly. You could use some rip and stick tape with this. I actually just chose to use my liquid glue, and I'm going to start with the corners. So I'll just put some liquid glue on each of those corners, and I'll hold that in place for a few seconds just to make sure that it is nice and adhered. But we'll do that with all four of the corners, and that's going to give us the base of our box. And then you'll see that there are other pieces that need to kind of be folded in. We'll take care of that. And you'll notice that obviously there's a circle cut out. When you fold that over, it's going to give you that half moon look. That's where you're going to be able to grasp the box to be able to pull it out. I'm using glue on the inside so that we can fold over those edges. Once again, this just reinforces the box, make sure that it's nice and sturdy. And I'm going to make it even more sturdy. Not that it's not sturdy, just make it a little bit more sturdy. And also because I wanted to cover up the way the wavy lines were. So we'll fold all that over, all four sides, and it really does give you this really cool little box, which is the perfect size for a gift card and some candy, which is what I'm going to do with this. So it fits a gift card perfectly, or several, or whatever you want to put, like a cute little note, whatever you want to put in there. But then we're going to glue our pieces to the sides. So this one goes here, obviously, right? It's got that little half moon cut out. And then I'm actually going to take these that they aren't particularly made for those sides. They're a little I don't want to say too big because they actually do fit. But I'm going to go ahead and glue these to these sides. These were actually meant to go on the other piece that wraps around your box. But I'm going to use them here because this is just, I just wanted to do this. I thought it reinforced the sides a little bit more, and it also makes those waves go the same direction, which is, like I said, probably completely unnecessary because I don't know that anybody's actually paying attention to the box the way that, they would the outside, but I know, and so it makes me happy. And so there you have this cute little box all ready to go. Next, we're going to take the outside piece and we'll start folding all those pieces in. And this is only going to connect on the very bottom in a very thin strip. And so, like I said, you could use some rip and stick tape with that. I'm going to use liquid glue. I'm just going to make sure that I don't make it too tight. You do want to make sure that your box is able to slide in and out fairly easily. Now remember, I added extra pieces to the two sides, so I'm definitely trying to make sure that this box is going to go in and out very easily. And I don't have any problem, especially if you used pattern paper. Keep in mind, I used cardstock. So I've got this little piece here. This is all folded. We are going to attach the bigger portion that's folded to the back side. Sorry, I'm so down at the bottom of the screen. We're going to attach that to the back side of the box on the opposite side of the little half moon. And then once that is adhered in there pretty well, we can take our outside wrap box piece and we can stick that over the top of our box. And then you're just going to want to take this piece, that gets bent up, and then we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue on that. And that's going to attach to the front bottom portion of that part of the box, just like that. So that way when you pull in and out, it's going to pop up. This is why it's called a pull and pop. How cute is that? And then this portion is what goes over the top of that. But we're not going to do that just yet. Now we're going to move on to our stamping and coloring. Just to save a little time, I went ahead and stamped everything out onto some Express It cardstock. It's an Express It blending cardstock, perfect for alcohol markers. And I did stamp that out with some Blackout ink by Ink on 3. Those are good together for alcohol marker coloring. And I'm using my Olos. And I've kind of gone back and forth with these Olos as far as like going light to dark, dark to light. And I find that I think they work great either way. I will say that I am not super happy with the combination that I originally chose, which was the 2.5 and the 2.4 for the orange. And the only reason why I say that is because I needed a little more contrast. So I will bring in a darker color later on. I chose the oranges because those are complementary colors to our teals and blues. And I really wanted our little gnome to pop. And I know some of you are just very over the gnomes. I've heard that. But a lot of you still aren't. And I'm in that camp of not over the gnomes. Originally, I was kind of like, I don't know. But now I love them. I love them. They're fun to color. I like to match them to my recipient, which is what I'm going to do for this one. I am making this one for a sweet little teenage girl around the corner. She's one of my good friend's daughters. And, teenagers, sometimes hard to buy for, right? So I've decided this is perfect for her. I can just put a little gift card in there with some candy, which will be perfect for her. So this is going to match Kaya. It's going to look just like her. That's the hope anyway, other than, she's not a gnome. But I do. I like the gnomes. I'm not over them yet. I know, like I said, some of you are. I'm not. So yes, I love that there are so many different gnomes in so many different, ways. We've got the summer gnomes where we have fall gnomes. There's so many different gnomes that you can color up and have fun with. And so, yeah, I'm making it look like her. And then once I'm done coloring her face, we'll move on to her hair. But I love the combination of the orange and the yellow, and it looks good. So yeah, I'm really excited to make more of these pull and pop boxes because, like I said, for any of the teenagers in your family or just really anybody, these are going to be fun for Christmas for sure. Just do up a bunch of these and then you can do your gift cards that way. I think that will be a lot of fun. Or it doesn't have to be for the gift cards. It could be for candy or whatever else you find that fits in there just easily. All right, so that's where I brought in that darker color because I run it a little more contrast, and then we'll just blend that just a tiny bit more. And she will be done. We'll move on to our rocks and our little seaweed. And then we're going to bring in the matching dies for each one of these because there's matching dies for all of it. And we'll tack that down with some mint tape and run that through our die cutting machine. And there are our little pieces. So I did go ahead and stamp out the happy and the birthday. Those each come from the Simply Sentimental's happy and the Simply Sentimental birthday. And I like how you can mix and match these together. So for the celebrate, the Simply Sentimental celebrate, I stamped out the 3 words, let's celebrate you. And I love that there are some that are just put together. This one I was able to make myself. I just pulled in each of those words, let's celebrate you, and made my own little sentiment. Like I said, I love that about these. And so I just trimmed that down with my guillotine trimmer, and I'm going to use some adhesive foam strips from Trinity Stamps. And I'm going to put those all over the backs of our images other than the fish. I'm not going to put those on the fish because the fish are going to be used in a different way. Peel off the release paper and we can put down our sentiment at the very bottom. And then we'll put our little rock and seaweed, and then we can put our cute little gnome right on the front, looking like she's swimming. And then we have our happy and our birthday, which will go around her up at the top. And then for our little fish, like I said, I decided I want to put those inside the box. So we're just going to open that up and then we'll glue our little fish to the inside. So that way once whatever you've put in there is out, you could see the cute little fish. Lots of fun ways to decorate this. And then this part, I use liquid glue, and I'm glad that I did because I wasn't happy with where I placed it, so I was able to pull that off and then move it down. So I've put her up there, but she's too far up, so when I close it, it doesn't look right to me. So I'm going to pull her off of there, and we're going to re-glue it. And I want to push it down a little bit further, so I don't want it hanging off the top of the box too much. And there you have it. That finishes off the box. You could add embellishments. You could do whatever you want to make this little box however you desire. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And be sure to check out all that Trinity Stamps has going on over on their blog, Facebook page, and Instagram for more crafty inspiration. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.